Welcome to Ain't Scared Garage. If your local parts store says your truck don't have a knock sensor, don't believe them. Stand by. Like I said, you're gonna go to the parts store. You say, I need a knock sensor for 95 F-150. They're gonna look in their book and they're not gonna find one. They're gonna find a listing for it or anything. So they're gonna tell you, your truck doesn't take one of them. Yeah. And you're gonna head on out and wonder, pretty sure it did. Don't believe them. If you go to the parts store, and if it's not in their computer, then it doesn't exist. They don't know anything. And we do have a parts store around here, and I'm gonna give them props here. I'm in Maryland here. It's called Salvo Auto Parts. They got real parts people. They actually have parts books. They use the computer to look stuff up, but if they can't find it in the computer, they'll say, hey, well, let's see what's in the book and find it. So I'll put a link to this in the description. I found it online, and this is what we got right here. So this is a knock sensor, and it goes in the side of the motor, and it plugs in, and what it does is this thing here listens for knocks or pings. What happens with an engine is if your timing is too far advanced, then you can wind up getting a ping. It can be nothing. It can be detonation. If it's detonation, what happens is, it'll actually burn a hole through your piston, and this listens for that knock. And then when it hears that knock, it's like, oh, I got to adjust its timing back a little bit. It tells the computer you got to adjust the timing back a little bit, and the computer adjusts the timing back. Evidently, hesitations, which is what I've been fighting. Yeah, that one that I did before, it says hesitation fixed finally for good. No, it didn't work. I put the whole thing in and everything. So I'm, shotgun blasting it. I have seen one guy online with one of these, and his symptoms were pretty much identical to mine. A little bit of rough idle. When he hits the gas, he's got a hesitation and poor gas mileage. This thing's getting 13 miles a gallon. I realize it's not a gas mileage vehicle, but it should get way more than that. He said he put the knock sensor in to work, so I don't know. I'm not going to say anything permanent at this point, but we're going to put this sucker in and we're going to find out what it does. Okay, so like I say, this listens to your engine to hear knocks. What I believe is happening is that the one that's there, because it's not throwing a code. So if it's not throwing a code, then that means it's reading the right voltage in here. But that doesn't mean that this thing is hearing correctly. If it's become too sensitive, then the computer's going to start retarding the timing, and it's not supposed to. I got a feeling that's what it is, and therefore, when you retard your timing too far, you lose your fuel mileage. You lose you get that hesitation when you hit the gas, and that sort of thing. Or maybe it's too sensitive. Well, that's what I just said. Or maybe it's not hearing anything at all, and the computer's just doing a default, which isn't right. I don't know. Like I say, these EEC systems are a pain in the butt. So anyway, we're going to put this sucker in and we'll see what happens. All right, right down here through all this wire mess, I need to put these back in here. I took them out so I could show the coil. Let me just put them back in your conduit. There we go, like that. So that's neatened up a little bit. Okay. Now, this is conduit here is taken out. I took that out because I was getting down here to see exactly what we had. Right here, there's our knock sensor. That thing is in with a Ford clip. I hate Ford clips, you know that. Let me get a screwdriver and see if I can get it off without destroying it. I got a flathead here. I'm just gonna kind of get hold of this and pull it a little bit, and I'm gonna get right here. I'm just gonna kind of try to Work that off if I can get that in there. Come on, you get off there. Ah. Yeah, it's gonna be a bear. Whew. No good way to get to it. Ah, look, came right off. I don't believe it. Here's what we have. There's our plug. It's a freaking mess. Yep, everything's greasy, nasty. I got some cleaner here. We'll break clean. Just kind of want to get everything cleaned up a little bit here. Now I'm going to get some electrical connection cleaner. Actually, I don't really need it. This will be fine. Because I'm going to put the electric in there. All right, now. It would appear that we have colors that I just can't make out. Well, it's 2 wires anyway. Right there. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to double check this. Let's see. And that goes right here. That goes in there. Got 2 plugs there. That should be exactly right. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's take that sucker off down there. This is 1 1/8. It barely fits over it. You kind of got to work with it. So my guess is it's probably metrics, but I don't have a metric that's that big. Oh boy, you're gonna be a problem, aren't you? Yep. See what we can do here. Here. Get it on there. That's over it. Now let's see if I can get my ratchet on it. Ah, man. Damn it. Let's see if it's a little extra will make it. A little bitty short extension. Just enough. Now, gotta get it in there. Like that. And there she goes. This will take 3 days. Let's see if I get this hose out of the way. Maybe I can go a little further. And I think that's about it. And off. There we go. And we'll twist this out of here. Like that. And there we are. Now, question is, where does this sucker actually go into? As dry as that is, I have to say it's not an oil jacket. And it can't be a water jacket either because it would be wet. It doesn't have oil on it. It doesn't have anything on it. Oil's all around the outside, but that's because we got so many leaks under this hood. Doesn't seem to be any thread locker on it. Threads, I mean, not locker, but thread tape. Thread sealer. I think it's just a bolt hole. Alright, this little pick tool. I'm just gonna go here. And yep, that stops right there. So, That means, I wasn't sure whether it went into an oil jacket or anything like that. That's just a bolt hole for that to go into, basically. There's the old one. And there's our new one. And they're the same inside. Let's see if I turn this. This is broke off. So it would be a thing there. It'd be just like that. And they'd be the same, and they're the same. Good. I'm not going to put any thread tape on it, since I don't think there's anything that leaks out of there. I'd say we find out later, but this thing leaks in so many spots that it's going to be way later. One of these days I'm going to replace that dang thing side cover gasket. I have one, I just got to actually do it. Alright. I'm taking a chance here and not putting anti-seize on this. I was actually certified by Ford on the EEC system. It just been a long time ago and forgot a lot. So as far as the guy who thinks that a shade tree mechanic shouldn't be showing people how to do things, yeah, I worked for Ford. I wasn't a shade tree mechanic. I was probably a mechanic before you were born. So anyway, one of the things you have to do, one of the things that's a really good idea to do, you don't have to do anything. That's the way I look at life, but you really should, is put dielectric on these. Ford suggests that wholeheartedly. Make sure that you have dielectric on all these connectors and these sensors that that are on this EEC system. Because one thing will mess the EEC up more than anything is not getting the proper signal, because you got a corroded connection. When you put this in you can put it in light bulb sockets, you put any electrical connection, doesn't matter. What will happen is this will keep all that out and keep you having good connections. I'm gonna take this here and I'm gonna put some in here too, because I want it to actually go in them holes. Just like that. There. And this is not a bad idea. A little around the outside, because you know them damn Ford clips, they're terrible. There. And you all know how much I absolutely love them. All right. Get this in here. This, come on you. There. All right. And come down here. Let's see if we can't get this thing to thread in. If I can get my hands and everything down there. And tighten it up like that. There. Half inch. Ratchet here. Flip the lever. And I'm just give it a little oomph. Just a little. Not a lot. Get out of there like that. All right, we're gonna get rid of this here. You can sit there. And the plug's all ready to go. Although I want to get it back into its conduit here. Try to keep this wires as neat as I can. Keep from being frayed and that sort of thing. Conduit can fight you, it really can. Now, all right. Clips go on the side, and this thing goes on the top. Come down here. And it plugs in right there. Just like that. And let's see how she does. Alright, sliding down. Nope. Nope. No better. I've done that before. This is going to eventually piss me off enough. And I'm going to find an old 6-cylinder. Just strip the carburetor and the manifold off of and put it on here. And screw with these goddamn computers. I hate these things. There's so many things that could go wrong with them. So, I don't have a clue. Definitely not what I want it to happen, but my suspicion is that at almost 300,000 miles, it probably has some bad injectors. I'm not going to spend $350 for a set of injectors. You can buy cheap ones for around $100, but everybody says maybe they work, maybe they don't. And as much you got to do to put the injectors in this damn thing, I ain't doing that. So we'll figure it out from there. It's hot. I'm hot. I fixed absolutely nothing. I'm tired of throwing money at this thing. So that's going to be it for this episode. And we got absolutely nothing done. Knock sensor didn't change a damn thing. So, see ya.